So firstly, what influenced you to start conservation work and tree planting around the local area?
I started work on everything to do with street trees way back in December 2015. So this was part of the overall Sheffield Street Tree crisis, where the council signed a PFI contract for 25 years, and in that contract there were clauses that meant felling half of Sheffield's existing street trees. At that point there was no opportunity to plant new street trees. The Sheffield Street Tree crisis is a long story. We won that after a hard-fought battle, and at the end of that was the creation of the Sheffield Street Tree strategy, which I worked on and co-authored. And in that I insisted that we include clauses that allowed for residents and community groups to fund new street trees. As a result of that process, we've now planted 358 street trees in the Nest area, and we're standing by one of the first street trees.
Why did you choose the Highfield and Lowerfield area in particular?
We then started applying for grants from various organisations, and many of the grants want you to plant street trees in areas that are low canopy cover and economically deprived.
The Aviva community crowdfunding proved very successful with you, didn't it? How did you organise the fundraising, and how did you feel knowing that you smashed the target?
Well, we've got 530 members where they donated £1 and Aviva gave £2 match.
And you also obviously helped prevent the 36,000 street trees from being felled in the campaign. How did you go about achieving it, first of all, and what could have happened if the trees were felled?
We used a whole range of tactics to block the felling. Initially it was people just standing under trees, and then the council took out an injunction in the courts to prevent certain things. You could in effect stand against the wall and still block the felling. In the end, basically it was just a storm, a media storm of various different things against the council, where they were proved to have lied. Utter embarrassment in the national, local and even international press and media, and eventually the council had to step away and change tactics.
I noticed that you resigned from the Sheffield Street Tree partnership earlier this year. What was missing from that, and what do you think could have been improved further to benefit Sheffield and its local communities?
So I'd done 5 years in various guises of the Street Tree Partnership Group, and that felt to me like it was sort of time to leave. And I could see the utter glacial pace, and in some cases no pace at all in some areas of the partnership group. I'm a busy person. I can't waste what was in effect 10 hours of my week every week on something that's not progressing anything. But I don't believe it's fulfilling its goals at the moment, and it needs an injection of pace and deliverability.
And finally, have you got any further plans to help Sheffield become greener and more environmentally stable in the future?
Nest obviously came out of the street tree crisis, and clearly we are very much focused on street trees as one of our primary goals. We've got loads more street trees to be planted and planned. We've got grant bids in all over the place that should allow us to keep on going for at least the next 3 or 4 years on just street trees. But we're doing more than that. The sky's the limit, but think globally, act locally. And it's all very easy to get depressed about what's going on globally, but we can do things locally, and that's what I encourage everyone in the whole UK to be doing.